should prepare for a financial storm by building a rainy day fund. Americans aren't getting the message, though. 60% of us have less than $1,000 in our savings account.
That's right. And this morning we have with us financial advisor, financial specialist. The list goes on. This is Tom Stockett with ClevelandWealth.com. And the first question we want to ask you this morning, Tom, is, well, first, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
It was early for you. Just came back from vacation. But what's the difference between a rainy day fund and an emergency fund, and how much should we put aside for a rainy day?
Well, they're both similar, but there's also some differences. And the first difference is a rainy day fund. We know in the weather forecast, rain comes and goes, right? But we know it's coming. And it's for unplanned expenses that we know are going to pop up from time to time. Whereas the emergency savings fund is for that larger event. Maybe we lose a job. Maybe there's something very large financially that happens to us. So let's get back to how much we should have in each one. Typically between $1,000 and $2,000 in a rainy day fund. But for an emergency savings fund, we're talking probably for most folks out there and families, at least $10,000 or more for those big emergencies.
And do you suggest that they put that money in a savings account? Where should they put that money for the fund?
The rainy day fund should probably be in a savings account that's connected to your checking account. It's easy to move the funds over. It's something, boom, it hits you, you need the money to pay those bills. So it should be very easily accessible. Now, the emergency savings account, let's hope we're not having an emergency every 4 months. Now, I know my wife and my 3 kids, it seems like we're having them every other week. But, you know, that's more for a year, year-to-year basis. Maybe you put that into a high-yielding savings account where you're actually trying to earn some interest on it, maybe around 1% or so in that high-yield savings account. But that rainy day fund, it's not about earning money, it's about having that safety there.
And when you're talking about the emergency fund again, we're talking about, what, 3-4 months of your monthly income in that account, or how does that?
It really depends. You know, if you've got one income in the family, I prefer to see 6 to 9 months. Now, that sounds astronomical, all right? At the same time, if you've got a dual income family, 3 to 6 months is usually good. And really, it's the matter of if somebody loses their job, you got to make sure you've got a game plan in place to pay those bills. And it's not something you fix overnight, an emergency savings fund. It just doesn't arrive. That can be the cornerstone of your financial plan that can take years to develop.
One more question for you. Where do we get this money from? Because, I mean, you mentioned how many kids you have.
It's raining money out there, right, Q?
Yeah, right. If only that was the case.
You set a little bit aside here and there.
You got it. You know, whether it's that spare change every day or it's one less coffee, you know, $25 a week adds up to $1,200 per year. So start small, get some momentum, maybe even do a direct deposit out of that check, right into that checking account or savings account, out of that paycheck every single week or every 2 weeks to get that going.
And we have some tips right there on the screen for people as well. We're going to talk to you again, right? Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. So we'll have more money saving Monday tips for you. Time now at 6:25. Start saving now because we've got a rainy day kind of in the works, right, Sam?